Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
And breathe.
And breathe. We've got an interlull, as Arscasts say, or AKA international break, the last one until March. So this week's podcast is kind of a a different one, a little special. We'll call it a special, should we?
I thought it feels slightly more relaxed.
It does, yes. It's been a very newsworthy weekend, but we've got nothing to kind of preview. So what we're thinking is this one we're going to call the midterm review.
Ooh.
So we're going to pick probably the top 6. And off the back of that, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that happened this weekend when we're talking about the teams involved and kind of predict where they're going to go, how they're getting on, that kind of thing. But no, this is Gunners Are Us, and you can catch us on any forms you get a podcast, basically. And you can follow us at ByTBA on any forms of social media and Simon Miller at Simon Miller 316 on any forms of social media.
I know most of us get like frustrated by the international break because it kind of comes, it's so regular now. But it's quite nice. Like you get like a weekend, or it's 2 weeks technically, to decompress and really look back at what you've done this season and then look ahead to the next. Because the way football is these days, we don't get a break.
No,
it's constant.
Yeah, and then there's also that conversation about player welfare, and they don't get breaks. And again, they're not getting a break. We're getting a break.
Yeah,
we physically done nothing.
They're still working. They have to travel.
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, England are playing. They got a game match, match day 9 and 10.
Yep.
Home to Malta, away to North Macedonia.
Yes.
I think we're already qualified.
Yep.
You can't see this, but Joe is wearing an England top.
That's yeah, because you know what, I'm similar to everyone else. I don't like the international breaks much. As a kid, I loved watching England games.
I think we didn't overthink like how often we were watching like Arsenal. I think we just kind of watch football, and then if 1 week was England, we're like, oh, I'll watch England. Whereas now, betting culture.
Man,
podcast.
There's nothing to bet. I nearly bet on the cricket this morning. I was going to bet on India getting more than 400 runs this morning.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's as a kid, I enjoyed England games. Like, because you got a chance to support players that weren't your players usually. Like, you got to watch Beckham and like players like that, like Sheringham, players that you normally like go against.
Yeah.
I kind of want to revert back to being a kid again and enjoy the England games.
Oh, sorry.
Because for years, I didn't enjoy them, but I want to go back to it. I was watching them train on YouTube this morning. I was watching the players turn up.
I say England do have a good social media team.
Yeah, very good.
There's a lot of content that comes out compared to most clubs. Because some clubs like Villa do like talking. This is a complete segue.
Yeah,
Villa will do a thing on YouTube where it's like the players turning up to training, and they'll be like, "What were you listening to in the car?" And then they'll ask like 10 players.
Yeah,
and then at the end of the training, they'll be like, what are you doing after work?
Yeah.
And that's like daily.
Yeah.
Man City had like an ongoing doc on that YouTube.
Yeah. I know Man City are like a direct rivals these days, but I really enjoy watching the YouTube.
Whereas our one, we get like bench cam, which is decent.
Yeah.
We get
Frimmy tends to drive like a golf cart around.
Yeah, Frimmy does that. And then you got bench cam, and then there's one that's just the match again, but all access, all areas. So you'll see a couple extra camera shots.
I saw that this morning, yeah.
But there's not much to it. Like you just kind of, if you think about it, you're thinking, why are we not like in Smith Rowe's house or something?
I want to invest in the players more. Yeah, I want to know more like what they're up to. But yeah, swinging back to England as well. It's fun. Like because in the past we like get to watch players we don't normally support, and I think with the squad we got now in England there's some good young players there. Like that Cole Palmer's just been called up. I've been a fan of Cole Palmer for a few seasons now. Yeah. Conor Gallagher. Like I love watching these players, and normally I can't really root for these players.
You can't love watching Conor Gallagher.
I enjoy him. Like he commits a lot of fouls, which has made me a lot of money. But I enjoy him. Like, I think he's a good, solid player, and we're going to segue to Chelsea later. But they're doing some good things there. I think they got potential. We've been saying that for a long time, but we're not going to get into that yet. But yeah, I want to enjoy the England stuff. Because we got to see an England game a few years back. I think it was
0-0, yeah.
0-0 at Wembley.
Rio Ferdinand was really good. That's what I learned from that.
Yeah, very good, because you get to see everything. You get to see how good every player is in their position, off the ball, stuff you don't see on camera much.
Yeah.
But that day we got to spend with Dad at Wembley. We've never done that before.
No.
It's different.
Yeah. No, it is. And like you said, it is a good break, because sometimes it's nice, especially now with Arsenal the last 2 years, we've kind of been in a bit of a title charge.
Yeah.
So to actually get to have a break from like just fixtures.
Yeah, stress.
Yeah, it's like in your head you're like working towards Burnley. And go,
Yeah.
if we could beat Burnley and go in with a win, at least we can decompress for 2 weeks and not worry about who's winning,
Yeah.
if we're winning, injuries. And also we had such a pile up of injuries that you think
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have 2 weeks just so hopefully like even if half of those players come back, it's going to be a massive boost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think now is fine. But it's when it gets to like the weekend and you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, I'd like to watch like a game or something. There's just no football on.
Well, England play like Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
So the whole weekend's gone. Like, I know we got NFL and that to enjoy on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's Saturday.
And obviously our regular lives.
And our regular, which, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Saturday's like the one day I kind of...
You don't have work.
I do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally my nothing day.
Yeah, so it's nice when there's football in the background.
Oh, it's the only one. Like, I wake up in the morning, I pop some wrestling on, catch up on all of that. By the time midday rolls around, I pop some bets on, gamble responsibly.
Yeah, obviously.
Checking my fantasy football. It's quite intense. Like, because for that middle patch of day, I mean, my partner Lisa, she has a nap in the day.
Yeah, because you're too intense.
It's too much. I'm placing bets. I'm checking my fantasy.
Joe has 9 laptops open.
I've got all sorts going on, and I'm trying to keep up with all the different games going on. I'm watching Soccer Saturday, which she doesn't fully understand yet.
So, ironically, we had a friend of ours that was Welsh.
Yeah. I guess it being Welsh as well, they're very much rugby oriented. Yeah. So football kind of gets lost on them sometimes.
We had a family friend that was Welsh named Eric when we were younger.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. And he couldn't believe that. I think it was we were watching with Dad like a Gillette Soccer Saturday from like this was like 99 kind of time, 98. And he was like, so wait a second, you're watching people watch the game you want to watch. And we're like, yeah. And he's just like, and they're just telling you what's happening. We're like, yeah. And he's like, and there's like 9 people doing this. Yes. It's a very odd concept, but I don't know, it's a bit of fun. But again, it's sometimes nice to have a little break from Premier League, even though I don't really want to.
Yeah.
But before I know it, it'll be Monday next week or Tuesday next week, getting ready to podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll be thinking, oh God, that's happened.
Yeah.
What have we got coming up? And all of a sudden we're like, oh, we got to preview Brentford away and probably a Champions League game. I can't remember what's actually coming up. But
someone's been injured on their travels.
No doubt. Not just that. Injured people traveling has already been a thing. So
that's a big thing.
We will get to that when we cover Arsenal. But for now, we're going to move into our mid-term review. We're going to start at one place and end in another.
Yep.
So we're going to start at Chelsea.
Whoa.
This will end in Arsenal. We're going to work our way through the big 6. Just kind of talking about big talking points, what we think they're doing and how they're getting on. So we're going to start with Chelsea. And this is coming off. We're starting with Chelsea and Man City.
Okay.
So we can kind of combine these two. They had a big 4-4. I don't know. Did you watch that game?
I think I missed like the first 15 minutes, and then I watched the rest on my phone pretty much.
Potentially one of the craziest.
I watched the highlights again this morning.
Yeah, one of the craziest Premier League games of all time. It's up there. We were talking to a friend of ours, listener of the show, and he was saying it's got to be up there with like Arsenal, Newcastle 4-4.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Liverpool 4-4.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that. Do you remember that Spurs game, 5-4 Arsenal? Pires
scored.
Yeah. All these common denominator Arsenal involved.
Yeah.
Which is not good for our heart rate. But there's been some really good ones. There was a Man United one versus Newcastle in the 90s. I think Bruno, who was on here for his Man United podcast. If you ever want to download that, it's still there in the feed. It was a crazy game.
It was like old school. It was like going back in time.
Yeah, and I put, by the way, Prediction League we will cover next week because obviously we were making our predictions next week.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you who won last week.
Yeah.
But I can tell you I won that one. I got a draw on that.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So Chelsea, I've been saying this since the start of the season. I think Chelsea's XG and their performances are way higher than their position in the league.
Yeah.
They create more XG than anyone else. They just miss a million chances. And it's probably because they have Nicholas Jackson up front.
Well, I mean...
yeah. I get it, but I now look into context.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think we can... If a player in the Premier League scores 4 goals in 6 days...
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yaya Sanogo scored 4 goals in a game. Not in a Premier League game, but I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
But what I'll say is, he was also against the 9-man Spurs, playing the world's highest line, and he was just tapping into open goals.
Bit of fun, isn't it?
And then he tapped into an open goal after a Conor Gallagher shot.
But he's in the right places.
Yeah, I'm not denying any of this.
I don't know why I'm getting so behind Nicholas Jackson right now, but
I think when he's missed as many chances as he has. Mm-hmm. But again, a goal's a goal. And if you if you're Nicholas Jackson, you take him. So I don't have an issue, but I just do think he is potentially, when this Chelsea team comes to the end of the season, there's a lot of teams that I think are kind of, they remind me of Arsenal a few years ago. Not
Yeah.
like the Emery era or the end of Wenger. You know, when you think of Arsenal, you think exciting games, bit leaky defensively,
Yeah.
fun going forward, a lot of raw talent,
A lot of chances.
a lot of misses, a lot of goals, some weeks no goals. Sometimes can be a soft touch, sometimes can't be.
Yeah.
That's kind of how you describe Arsenal of the last 20 years up until about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we just fell off a cliff and then we came up the cliff. But that 20 years, the Wenger era, that's what you describe them. I feel like there's a couple teams that are kind of starting to fall into that. I think Spurs are falling into that.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea are definitely in there.
Yeah.
I don't think we are, but there's teams like Villa, Brighton, they're on that edge. They're kind of like smaller versions of what we were.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're going to get. And I think at the minute, Chelsea, they just look like the kind of team that they could play Brentford next week and win 9-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
The week after, they could play Burnley away. And again, both these fixtures have happened. And they could lose 3-0.
Yeah.
Because they got bullied on a Monday night, let's say.
Yeah.
Then they could go, away to the Etihad and put in this hardcore performance where they draw 0-0.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like Arsenal to me. And that's Chelsea in a nutshell, I think, is they're gonna create goals, they're gonna cause chaos, and you just don't know what you're gonna get. And because of that, they're probably gonna end around 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
Maybe higher. It's like a leaper scale. It depends what end it falls on.
Yeah, true.
Is it there a couple more chances going from Nicholas Jackson?
Yeah.
Or is it the defense or too many injuries with James and Chilwell? Or Sanchez or even Ramsdale in their goal
Yeah.
by the end of the season.
I hope not.
Is it one of those things that, drops them to 6th or lifts them to 3rd?
I
don't know.
Either way, considering the position they were in, it was a mess.
Mhm.
They were a team in need of a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying for weeks, like with Poch as a manager, who I like him a lot,
Mhm.
that group of players, they should be doing better.
Yeah.
I think they found some confidence now.
Yeah.
Like, and hopefully for them, they can carry that confidence through now. But either way, if they end up 3rd or 6th, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win for where they were at. Like, I know on the financial side of things, they should be doing a lot better.
Yeah.
But considering where they were at, 3rd or 6th, I'd take either of those as a Chelsea fan right now.
Yeah, well, I think if you had spoken to them 6 weeks ago, they would have said, I'd just take top half at this point.
Yeah.
And some progression. But even though they were sat with Man United around that mid-table, a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
we always kind of looked at it and went, Man United are a club in trouble. Chelsea might be a club going up.
Yeah.
Again, Chelsea have lingering potential points deductions at the minute.
Mm.
There's a lot of things happening. There's some offshore stuff going on from Roman Abramovich's time that they might see the negative now.
Yeah.
But again, that's all looming. But just, I think it was the pure depth and age of their team.
Yeah.
And the way in which they play, the manager, I feel like there was a lot more upside to them than Man United. Whereas Man United, again, are way outperforming their XG, way outperforming their points per game.
Yeah.
Man United are the most informed team in the Premier League right now.
That's crazy.
No one has won more games in the last 6 than Man United.
Wow.
Again, everyone has them in crisis. Again, it's a fun stat.
Yeah.
If you ask any United fan, they're going to go, yeah, that sounds good. But the eye test doesn't, it stand up. Because if you remember last year, Man United came 3rd.
Yeah.
There was talk. I remember Gary Neville and Carragher, well, mainly Gary Neville was talking about them being title contenders more so than Arsenal over City when Arsenal were top of the league and Man United were 4th.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, I didn't think we were going to win. I pretty much never thought we were going to win the league.
Yeah.
I thought Man City would win it. But I was just glad to be kind of a head start to getting top 4.
It's nice to be in there.
Yeah, it was just nice. And if something did randomly happen, I'd be like, oh, wow, this is cool. But I never really thought it. But then when he was saying that, I was thinking, what is it? Because when I watch Man United, I see chaos. I just see a team that plays very poor football, that don't really have an identity.
Yeah.
But then they win.
Yeah.
And again, we spoke about this on the Bruno podcast, and I said, like, because people talk about Man United DNA and how they play, and I said, when you think of Arsenal, you think of tiki-taka, you think of Barcelona, you think of that. When you think of Liverpool, you think strong counter-attacking football. There's all these things. But Man United, all we kind of think of is they win.
Yeah.
So I was like, inadvertently, is Ten Hag kind of doing what the DNA was, which was like, when I grew up watching Alex Ferguson, no one really went, they play amazing football.
Yeah.
To me, they were just high pressure. So like, when I think of United, I think of Old Trafford. They're 0-0, 70 minutes. They've got 10 men around the box of the other team.
Yeah.
And Giggs and whoever just crossing the ball
Yeah.
and playing it backwards and forwards. Not like in a pretty way, just
Yeah.
almost like Liverpool the last couple of years.
Bombardment.
Bombardment, and eventually it goes in, and then you just go, how do you stop that? And you just can't. I don't think Ten Hag's ever done that.
No.
Which is the difference. But he's winning, and again, he's won 5 out of 6, I believe.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a team like Chelsea, we all go, oh yeah, they'll be fine. Man United, I don't know. But then you look at Man United going up the table, creeping up the table, and Chelsea have creeped up a little bit, but not as much as United.
Yeah.
But then you look at the stats, you go, United are doing really well.
Yeah.
But then you look obviously in Champions League and other competitions, and you go, something's not right. And it all like there was a scrambled goal against Luton, and I saw a Bong Hall.
Oh
He
yeah.
was talking on Talksport about it, and I disagree. Like he was saying, like this team's worth 900 million, and this team's worth 13 million, and they had to, I think it was Lindelof or someone to like scramble in a set piece or something, to win 1-0. And I was like, yeah, but I mean that's football. That's why we watch football. Like it's not, that shouldn't be a detriment to say like Man United are rubbish. It's like not every team can destroy their opposition, because it's credit to the opposition. Luton put on a really good showing, and that's what cost United, not winning 9-0, for example.
Yeah.
So we should kind of credit the other team as opposed to saying, oh, United can't, figure these things out.
For me, I think it's more like the stats don't lie. Like what you said about what Man United are doing and achieving with what we're seeing is good on paper.
On paper, what we're seeing on paper looks good. What we're seeing on TV doesn't look good.
And for me, it's the eye test. Like I think it's more player profile and overall vibe of the team. I know that doesn't.
Yeah, it's definitely a dark cloud over United.
There's something to that team. Like when I see that Chelsea team line up with that manager, you could see the potential. Like you could see that, like
it reminds me of an early 2010s Arsenal team, honestly.
Yeah.
Where you just go, it looks good, but then some weeks you go, they're awful, and then some weeks you go, God, they're world class. If they get it together, they'll win the league.
Which I don't know what's better. Like I guess stats are better because chances are, Man United might end up finishing above Chelsea somehow.
But that's what I don't get is they probably will.
Yeah.
And again, when you think of teams underperforming, like when you watch United, you think like this 5-game spell. I remember under Emery, we went 24 games unbeaten.
Yeah.
If you're an Arsenal fan, you watched that 24 games. At no point did you think we were doing well.
Yeah, the eye test wasn't good.
It was awful.
Yeah,
it was just like, and everyone's like, yeah, but your manager's doing really well. It's 24. No, just watch the game. It's bad. I don't know how we've done it.
Yeah.
And it works for 24 games. But somehow United have done this all of last season. They won a cup and came third.
Yeah.
And at some point we're in a title race. And they were playing as badly as they are now.
Yeah.
Last year. So you think, oh, you can do that for 5-6 games like they are right now. But they seem to have figured out how to do it over a 38-game season.
Yeah. Yeah.
That bit I don't get. So like, it's starting to make me think, is there an identity there that we don't know?
Which, like you said,
just win.
With Man United, that was always a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like even back in the Ferguson days, like we were saying, I couldn't tell you what they did, like playing wise.
No.
But at the same time, the eye test though, you knew there was something there.
Yeah, it didn't look bad. It just didn't look like typically pretty football.
That group of players, that manager, for me, the old United team looked more like what Chelsea do now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is when you look at it, you kind of go, yeah, good manager, good group of players. And Chelsea now are figuring out. Chelsea did go through a phase where like the players looked dejected, shoulders were slumped. There was no confidence.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of what Chelsea are doing now. But Man United, I just look at that. It's the player profile. Yeah. That group of Man United players, I just don't, like as a football fan, I look at that starting lineup and it looks a mess. Like I know they're all very good players, clearly.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't look right. Like the players lining up on that pitch, it just if I was a Man United fan, it looks messy. Like, it looks like FIFA gone too long. Like we said before. But with Chelsea though, the potential's there. You can see it. A group of players, the manager. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking at the table. Man United are now 6th. They've won 7, lost 5, drawn none, 21 points. Chelsea have played 12, won 4, drawn 4, lost 4, 16 points. So they're 5 points behind Man United now. And Chelsea have just gone into their horrible fixture lists.
Yeah.
And again, they've walked into there and instantly got, 2 points, I think?
Yeah.
So far?
Yeah.
So they're not doing badly. No, sorry. It was Spurs, They went Brentford at home, which was the last of their more favourable fixtures that they lost.
Yeah.
And then they went again, which is such an Arsenal thing to do
Yeah.
of that era. And then they went away to Tottenham and won 4-1.
Yeah.
And then they've drawn 4-4. They scored 8 goals in 6 days.
Yeah.
But again, that's what I mean about this like bottleneck. They've kind of been building up this pressure, and we were wondering when the chances were going to start going in.
Yeah.
I think it's happened.
Well, that's why they're on the come up now. Like I said, Man United are solidly sitting somewhere good.
Yeah.
Just about. But I think Chelsea now are on the rise. Like I
Yeah.
think they're finally doing what we predicted they were going to do this whole
Yeah.
time.
It'll come down to injuries. Like Nduku's coming back now. Should be.
Yeah.
Jackson is firing. I think there's an asterisk next to Jackson is firing. I don't think he's a good forward.
But is that is his confidence? Has he unlocked the gate now?
I just think with a forward, Eddie Nketiah scored a hat-trick a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
If you watch the eye test sometimes with Eddie, you go, oh, he's a poacher. I think Nicholas Jackson will be in the right place and he'll tap the ball in.
Yeah.
If you slide him in behind the centre-backs, he's not going to score a 1-on-1 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
He might, but he very much won't. In the Premier League, to get top 4, your centre-forward has to be the type that does that.
Yeah.
And they know the style they play, similar to Arsenal, like Gabby Jesus, people have a joke that is the thing he can't do great, is the one-on-ones. But he'll score more than Nicholas Jackson. He's a better forward than Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah, I think, is similar to Nicholas Jackson.
Very similar. Yeah.
I think both those teams, as in Arsenal and Chelsea, are looking at Ivan Toney in January.
Yeah.
And both would be very good to get them.
Yeah.
But Chelsea are just out of control with their spending. I don't know how they've managed to spend that much money, and Nicholas Jackson is the centre forward.
Like this group of players Chelsea have right
And they
now.
have Brozier as well, who I don't actually mind.
Oh no, he's decent. Yeah, very good.
Again, he's not the kind of guy that's going to drive a whole team to top 4.
But I mean, the players on the pitch, like that starting 11 for Chelsea, that's not, to me, that's not an expensive group of players.
No.
Like that's a solid crop of players that you'd expect them to get.
Yeah.
But that's what I was wondering though. Like, I'd love to know from Chelsea fans though, would you take Chelsea being where they're at right now with this manager, this group of players, with the potential to do something very good with that crop, and get rid of all the, like, I was going to say the bought championships, but with the years of Roman Abramovich and all the money, they brought in like titles and things like that.
Yeah.
Would a Chelsea fan, and with the impending financial implications coming up as well, would you remove all of that, take away the championships and the money spending, just to get to this point now where you've got potential to do something good with a good crop of young players and a good manager? Would they take that? Like to get rid of all the financial problems, all the stuff that comes with the titles they won, things like that, because that all was in amongst it.
Yeah.
Would you negate that and get to this point now, which for me, this is finally back to where Chelsea are supposed to be?
Yeah.
Like if I was a Chelsea fan, I was gonna say as a Chelsea fan, for a Chelsea fan, yeah, I know. For a Chelsea fan, this is where I'd expect them to be right now on the come up. The next 5 years for me, this looks good. This looks like the early days of like Klopp at Liverpool, Arteta at Arsenal.
I agree, and I don't like you said. I think one of the things you said was really good. Was when you look at that team, it doesn't look expensive.
It doesn't look like it's been bought. Yeah,
but it's the most expensive team in the history of football.
But that's more based on what the...
No, but I understand it. But still, it's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that team that they put together, like I said, it reminds me of a Wenger team from like 2012.
Yeah.
That cost 90 million.
Yeah.
And you went, oh, he was cheeky there. He went and got that forward from the La Liga.
Yeah.
And he went and got this young kid from Ukraine.
Yeah.
And he went and got, a couple youth players from the academy that have been out on loan. And he went and bought, a young player from Man City who wasn't getting the game time.
Or a Barcelona schoolboy, who turned good.
Yeah, he's done all these things. And you go, oh, that's really naughty. That's good stuff. But instead, you look at a team, it's like, 70 million, 80 million. And again, I do think we're going to look back. It's similar to Arsenal now when everyone says, oh, Kai Havertz was 70 million. I do think 70 million, I think it was 60 million. 60 million is 60 to 70 million is the new version of 30 million 15 years ago.
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's not long until, Villa's, Brighton's and these guys are, maybe not Brighton, but Villa and those guys are spending 70 million on a forward.
Yeah.
And no one's going, oh my God, he has to live up to that because it's the new norm.
Yeah.
Like, an average player will be 40 million.
Yeah.
But a good player will be 70.
Yeah.
But an elite player will be 100 million every time now.
Yeah, 100%.
That I think that's just the way it's going. And right now we're in that transition, so we don't really notice in our heads, a £1 billion team is 10, £100 million players.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the norm for Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man City.
Yeah.
That's going to be norm.
Yeah.
It's just at the minute we're in that transition where there's still players going for 30 million. Like Odegaard went for 30 million 2 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
But, Havertz is 65 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same age.
Yeah.
And you go, I know one won the Champions League, but you just go, they're level. If not, one is better than the other, and we know which one it is.
Oh, yeah.
And we go,
well, Odegaard could easily go for over 100 million now.
Like. Yeah, and again, that's kind of game time and the transition into this new money world. But I do think that Chelsea thing is kind of the first of those £1 billion teams that are going to take all the stick.
Yeah.
But I think give it 5 years, every team in the Premier League, I reckon the top 12, their teams will cost 900 million to 1.2 billion.
Yeah.
And that's just because the rise of the market. Because I remember when I think it was Shearer or someone went for 30 million back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was the equivalent of someone going for like 150 million now.
Yeah.
And then 30 million was what you got like a Forest player for.
Yeah.
And then now to get Morgan Gibbs White out of Forest, you'd probably have to pay 55, 60 million.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think it is just changing. They might just take the brunt of it.
Yeah.
But what I'd like to do is I've got the top 6 here. What I want to do is I want us to agree on the position they're going to end in the league.
Ooh, okay.
And we can't use the same ones twice, obviously.
Okay.
I think Chelsea are going to be 6th. Where are you thinking? Because we can come to an agreement. My theory is there's teams like Villa and that who are in Europe, Brighton are in Europe. They're gonna tail off because of the depth of squad.
Yeah.
Chelsea have massive depth.
Yeah.
They don't have anything else to fight for necessarily. They will get up that league, but when you look at the top 5, top 6 now, I've written down the top 6 classically. That's not including Newcastle.
Oh my! Yeah,
so there's 7 teams that are going to be in that top, going for the top 4.
Yeah.
And Man City are a given.
Yep.
And then you're looking at Arsenal, and Liverpool at the minute and saying they're a given.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they necessarily are. 2 weeks ago, everyone would have said Spurs were a given.
Yeah.
So it's hard to fit them all in. I just don't see Chelsea getting above. 4th is the best, I think, for them. Yeah. I think 6th or 7th is the worst. Newcastle are going to be a bit of a disruptor. I would happily take 5th because that's going to get the Champions League spot this year.
Yeah, what, for Chelsea?
Yeah. That will get Champions League supposedly this year.
I think 5th's a good shout only because my head was
saying higher.
No, my head was telling me 6th.
Okay.
Like you.
Yeah.
My heart for what they could potentially move on to do was saying 4th.
Mm-hmm.
5th's a good middle ground.
Yeah.
I think that goes between.
I think we'll take 5th.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I want to jump straight to Man United because we kind of been talking about Man United.
Yeah.
And kind of the eye test, things like that. There's a few things happening in a minute. I think Højlund is an unbelievable player. Again, Man United have a real odd mix of old talent that shouldn't be in that team.
Yeah.
Very young talent that are exciting. And then a middle ground of just overpaid guys who were great 2 years ago or a year ago and probably are considered better than they really are.
Yeah.
And, I spoke on the Bruno podcast about Amrabat and how bad he really is. And he was like, no, he's a very good player. I'll stand by this. Amrabat is awful.
I'm still not 100% sure who he is.
I really think he's bad.
He didn't exist in my mind until recently.
Yeah, and I'll die on that hill that they could have gone out and got Kane and Rice for the same amount of money.
Oh man,
that they talk about not having the money, and that would have fixed them. And again, Rice is an interesting one.
Yeah,
because I was listening to a piece about Rice this week, and Arteta's new kind of, and we'll talk about this when we talk about Arsenal. But we're kind of jumping all over the shop, and we'll make it make sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Someone talked about Arteta, and basically last year we were so excited.
Yeah.
And it was because it was kind of fresh. We didn't expect it. We went into last season going, could we nip top 4?
Yeah.
And then by Christmas we were top and going, what's happening?
Yeah.
And again, people talking about the atmosphere at the Emirates this past weekend was not great.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't not great. People that were there live said it was fine. There's a ticketing issue they're having in a minute where they're kind of getting a lot more tourists in as opposed to regulars.
Okay.
Which I don't like that argument because I think Arsenal is for everybody. Like everyone should have a chance. Just because you weren't born in England doesn't mean you can't go to a football game.
Yeah, and that does come with growth as well. Like because we are now becoming a force again. That's what happens.
Of course.
Like, everyone around the world wants to come see Arsenal now. Like,
yeah, and that's what I'm kind of. I don't like that argument, but apparently, yeah, they're saying because a lot of the players were having to like throw their arms up to get them going and stuff. And I was like, I think they were kind of just buying into it. I don't think it was they were thinking, oh, they're quiet.
Yeah.
I think they were just kind of trying to rear the crowd up. But Rice, they were talking about Rice and Arteta this year, the word that they've been using to describe him, because obviously last year was chaotic. It's a
Yeah.
lot of 3-2 wins, last seconds.
Yeah.
And again, we have already this year. But and you can feel it in the way we play because people are saying, are we worse? I don't think we'll get to this. I don't think we are.
No.
But the word he's kind of using is control.
Mhm.
He wants to control games. So he's in full control.
Yeah.
Like he wants to be able to go, we're not going to concede. And I'll dictate when we go forward and loosen the strings a little bit, to get the goal. And then we can control the game again. So there's no panic. There's no emotion, which is, again, a very City thing.
Yeah.
And that's why he went out and got Rice. And we're kind of starting to see the fact that he's a game killer essentially.
Mhm.
He runs for 95 minutes.
Yeah.
And it sounds silly. He intercepts everything.
He does. Yeah.
He runs back and collects the ball and he regains the ball and he passes it back. And then the other team go, for God's sakes,
Yeah.
that guy just keeps appearing. And that is a problem.
Yeah.
And that, again, that is why I think Arteta was so keen on spending that much money. Is I think he wanted him to be the guy who controls it.
Yep.
And I don't think he controls it in the way like Partey does with technique. It is just pure. You cannot have the ball.
Yeah.
He will not allow you to have the ball. And he's backed up with 4 centre backs, a ball playing goalie, and then put him right in front of it and gone, nothing gets around.
In which it doesn't.
Yeah, and you just then look at it and go, well, that's a problem. And again, now imagine if he did go to City.
Yeah.
And you put him in the number 8 role next to Rodri.
Terrifying.
I genuinely believe they probably wouldn't be beaten because there's too much control. Like Rodri is the highest level of control.
Yeah.
Rice is probably level with him, if not, slightly below him with technique, but maybe more on like running and athleticism. Those two as a double pivot for Man City would have been horrible.
You put Bellingham in front of them and have that as the midfield 3, and
honestly,
you're winning football for about 5-6 years.
You wouldn't do anything. And like City, you already feel that way anyway. Like I know they just drew 4-4 in a chaotic game, but you just kind of look at it and go, God, thank God that didn't happen because that would have been curtains. So I think it is curtains anyway. But I mean, it's horrible. But jumping back to Man United, I just had that little rant about the Emirates and Rice. I think personally, they've got a lot of injuries. And here's the thing: is that when you look at top big 6, everyone's kind of got their own injury problems.
Yeah,
I'd say Man City the least with Liverpool.
Yeah,
but if you looked at it on paper, everyone would say, "Oh, Chelsea have had it the worst with Man United, and now Spurs." Arsenal haven't really dealt with any.
not yet.
But we have.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is, I think it's kind of getting lost in this, is the amount at Man United. I don't know how many, there's probably 6 or 7.
Yeah, ours just goes under the radar.
Ours goes under the radar, but which is odd about all this is, in Chelsea's, you got Reece James, who's just come back, so that was a long one. Chilwell's out, both of them heavy stars. Your fullbacks are so important to the way Pochettino plays.
Yeah.
Nduku, huge one.
Yeah.
They're your big ones. They're the ones you go, they need to sort this, basically, to me. But it's essentially their playmaker and their 2 fullbacks.
Yep.
That's not ideal for your starting 11.
Not good.
When you look at Man United's and you look at, I think somehow Martial stayed fit. They've got essentially their back 5 was out at one point. Well, back 5 including Casemiro.
Yep.
So now they've got Casemiro out. They've got Luke Shaw out. They've had Wan-Bissaka out. He's back. They've got injuries to the peripheral players that are kind of the backups to these, but also Martinez is out. Varane's been out. Varane's also, by the way, we can't really talk about the Varane anymore because he is fit.
Yeah.
Van Gaal. Ten Hag does not want to play it. He wants Johnny Evans and Maguire. And I get it because look, you don't stop a hot hand.
No.
But
well, yeah, you can't just not play them just because they're Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire. Like
if they're getting results, you can't really.
Like the Harry Maguire thing has turned around quite a lot since.
I think Harry Maguire's a good centre back. I don't think he's a ball playing centre back, but I don't think Man United are a ball playing defence anyway.
No.
Like as much as they want to be, I just don't think they are. But when you look at it, their injuries are like to their essentially their whole back 4.
Yeah.
And then they lost Casemiro, the holding player.
Yep.
But that was kind of obviously they had things with Anthony being out and things like that. But that was the crux of all of this.
God, can you imagine if we'd lost our version of that?
Yeah, it'd be horrible. And that and again, last year we almost did, and that's what
Yeah.
kind of cost us the title at the end. But when you look at it, they had at different times, essentially Martinez and Shaw, one just been out the whole time.
Yeah.
And then Varane, Wan-Bissaka have come back. Casemiro's played up until recently and then now gone out.
Yeah.
So all at different times. Not the back four and Casemiro out. I think they've missed one game, all 5 of them.
Yeah.
But those guys, if I was going to say that's their injuries, that was their major injuries from their starting 11.
Yeah.
That's bad. Liverpool, they've had like Diaz out, Jota got suspended. Again, suspensions, we can't really talk in the injury sense. Other than that, I don't think they've had many. They've kept that midfield 3 going.
Yeah.
Salah's played pretty much every game,
Yeah.
I believe. Diaz obviously had recent issues, but again, he's been playing majority of the games. Gakpo had a small injury. Not really had any issues.
Yeah.
Man City, De Bruyne has been out this whole season.
Yeah.
Their main playmaker.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've had people like Nathan Ake going out, stuff like that. Spurs, obviously, now they've got Richarlison out, which is people saying it's their main forward. It's not.
No.
Let's not do that.
No.
That's not their main forward.
No.
But again, he's a part of it. But Maddison going out is huge.
Yeah.
Van de Ven going out is huge.
Yeah.
But that's been their injuries. And again, as of right now, everyone's talking about their injury crisis. It's not. They've got 2 suspended. And then they have 2 injuries.
It's bad timing.
Yeah, they have 2 injuries and 2 suspensions all at once.
It's bad timing when they don't have the depth.
Yeah. And then just looking at teams. So I don't think their injury crisis is quite as scary as, it's 2 very important players.
Yeah.
But again, you could say, those 2 players missing is a huge deal. Look at Arsenal. We've had Odegaard out for a while now.
Yep.
Partey's been out the whole season, our main number 6, or our Casemiro. Timber, our main left back, is out.
Yep.
Gabriel Jesus has missed half the season with injury, our main centre forward. Martinelli missed half a season, our main left wing.
Yeah.
Saka's missed 2 games now. The only people that have been fully fit are like Havertz, Rice, and those guys.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I didn't want to mention the ones that aren't in the starting 11 from the other teams, because we've had like Eddie out, Smith Rowe out, Trossard, all these people have missed games.
Yeah.
Ben White's been out. Like this past week, we played a game where of our starting 11, 6 were missing.
Wow.
And and that's what I mean. It's gone under the radar, but we've got less injuries than everyone else, but they're very crucial injuries.
Mm-hmm.
It's the equivalent of Man United having, at the minute, not Martinez, Luke Shaw out, Casemiro out, Bruno out, and Højlund out. And then Rashford missing most of the season.
Yeah.
And again, that if you ask a Man United fan, I think they might rather that than having a whole back 4 out.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's come and gone at different times. And also the manager's changed to a new back 4.
Yeah.
And that he's happier with. Yeah, and it's working. So you can't really argue that point. So it's gone under the radar, but City and Liverpool are really, and that's why I've been so happy with our performance so far. Is I do believe we're way outperforming what we've been able to do, because we're fighting on a few fronts.
Yeah,
we haven't clicked yet because there's a new style being done.
Yeah,
we've had massive injuries to really key players, and we've still managed to just keep our head in the fight.
Yeah,
and we're only a point off the top.
That's good. Yeah,
and we've played
really
with Tottenham. We've played the most of the big 7, so a lot of games done.
Yeah,
and we've just crept on through. And people, aren't really. I don't think people don't think we're targeted. I think people think we are.
Yeah,
but I'm just glad that it's gone under the radar and no one's really noticed.
We've managed to get this far without those players. Yeah,
yeah, and it's crazy. And then if we talk about that VAR audio from last night,
oh my god,
if you think of that, and then that, let's say that was a draw, we'd be joint top right now.
Quick sidebar on that. I watched the VAR thing this morning in full.
We have to talk about that now.
I moved on from it since it happened.
So Simon will be joining us in a bit.
Yeah.
He said this exactly yesterday.
It's reignited my anger.
Yeah, he was like, I'm over it. I don't really care. He said, but cue me later when I would hear it and I just get annoyed. And then he messaged going, I'm annoyed.
It's all wrong. Like, even, I'm going to say, the first point of the whole thing, when they do the ball out of play thing, he wants the ball stopped at a certain frame. To see if it's out of play. He stops it at the wrong frame.
Yeah, and there's no zoom in.
But he literally says, go back 2 frames. When you watch the replay, the ball's at the furthest point out of play just before where he stops it. So he stops it as he's bringing it back into play. So they've completely messed it up on the first thing they looked at.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the ball was in or out, because I don't know.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say it was in.
But
even though it looks out.
But if they'd stopped it at the frame that they should have stopped it at, on the eye test, the ball's out.
Yeah, so we said it with when we covered this originally on the podcast last week.
Yeah.
There's 4 things wrong with it.
Yeah.
I don't really have an issue with 3 of them being deemed not a problem. I can see through it. The push in the back is the one that I don't like.
Yeah.
And then the VAR thing just kind of he says 2 hands in the back, push, not enough to knock him down.
Well, not enough for how Gabriel goes down.
Yeah, so there's an opinion based to it.
So he's saying Gabriel's dived, basically.
Yeah. And then, fast forward to this week with the Burnley game, there is a video circulating of Saka doing the exact same thing, and we score from it, and it's disallowed. And the VAR was, he's got 2 hands on his back. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So and it's just pure infuriating. It's a foul. What Saka did this weekend was a foul. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
The Newcastle one was a foul.
Yeah.
And I it's one of those things that's annoying because it's like I said last week, take away all your bias.
Yep.
We all agree it's a foul.
It doesn't look right.
We don't have to cover up for VAR or make a point or because you don't support us, blah blah blah. It's a foul. And that's what's annoying. And then the fact that the VAR said 2 hands in the back. He's pointing out that it's a foul and then going, it's not enough, don't worry.
The bit I don't like is that they keep saying over and over again, there's not enough evidence to prove otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So why does it lean on the side of a very important goal
when
you don't know?
So this is the issue, is they want it to side on the attacker so there's more goals, which I understand. But then when someone's fingernail is offside, they don't do that. And I understand that as well. Here's the issue, and I read this morning, was there's a systemic issue with VAR.
Good word.
Okay. Hear me out. And this, I think, makes total sense, and this is why this is all wrong. Because, again, he goes, the curvature of the ball, can't tell if it's out, can't give that. Cool, move on. I think it hits Joe Linton's hand. Can't be 100%, but he doesn't score the goal. So ruling-wise, because they made that rule, isn't it? That if it happened to us last year in the run-in, Declan Rice handles the ball, passes it to Antonio, he scores, and they said it's a handball in the build-up. We can't stop it because he didn't score the goal. Cool, that's rule. It's offside. Can't get a clear camera angle of the ball, so we can't guarantee it's offside, even though it looks offside. I understand they can't change that because they can't just guess.
No.
The push in the back, ridiculous. All of this is a problem simply because the refs on the field now and the linesmen, when there's any kind of grey area or something that's tight, what they're doing now is they've been told, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Let VAR figure it out, right? So when stuff like this happens, the ref watches it and goes, all right, there's a lot going on there. You figure it out. But VAR's prototype, not the word, their kind of way they do things is they can't overturn the ref unless it's a clear error.
Yeah.
But even if the ref's seen clear errors, he's allowed it to play out so VAR can sort it for him.
Well, he has, because he's saying on the VAR, he's seen all the things. Because he's literally saying to him, have you checked the ball's gone out? Because it looked like it went out.
There's a push.
Have you checked the push? Because it looked like a push. Have you checked the handball? Because it probably was a handball. He's seen all these things on the pitch. He's saying it with his voice. He's seen these things.
Yep.
The thing I don't understand is how you can look at that and base opinion on the foul on Gabriel.
So this is the bit that that's what I'm saying is the VAR, the officials on the field are now going, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let VAR figure it out.
Yeah.
But VAR are told only overturn anything if there's a clear error.
So they're all kind of passing.
It's a loop.
Yeah.
They're basically passing it to them. Whereas if they, that's fine to leave it to VAR because that's the point. But if VAR were strong officials who are like, in this room that go, no, okay, so foul here, no goal. And the ref goes in his ear after 30 seconds, cool, no goal. Instead they go, do you want to go watch it? But that's the thing is, you can't leave it to VAR purposely because there's a load of messy stuff happening.
Yeah.
If the legislation behind VAR is don't overturn it unless there's a clear error. Yeah. So they're looking at it in the lens of is there a clear error? Mm-hmm. If they just looked at it as a lens, is this a goal?
Yeah.
They'll go, might be out of play. Handball, can't give that. Oh, it's a push. Take away the goal.
Yeah.
But instead, because the refs allowed it and they can only overturn it if the ref is clearly wrong, it's causing this loop of just bad decisions. So the refs leave it, VAR can't overturn it. Leave it, overturn it. So you're getting all these goals now. And that's why, if you look at the season, a few things have happened this year. We're 1 red card off of the total of the whole of last season already, and it's November. There's been more bad decisions with VAR. There's been 4 apologies. There was 3 all of last season. Mm-hmm. We're in November. It's because of this new thing.
And we didn't even get an apology for the Newcastle game because they think they're right.
Well, they said they're 100% right, and I understand because it's more. They didn't miss something. They did, but they didn't miss. There's not like
It's hard to miss it.
Yeah, like if right now they did a camera angle and it was off, like they found a camera angle 3 weeks later,
Yeah,
and it was out of play, they'd then apologize because that's a clear error.
yeah,
There's no clear error, hence why they couldn't overturn it,
yeah.
even though we can all see it's a push.
Yeah.
And if in real time, if the ref gave that as a push, no one would even question it.
Which
If
even in real time, it looks like a push.
If the ref had said it was out of play, and they showed that one replay,
Yeah,
all Newcastle fans go, oh yeah,
yeah,
no one would have questioned it. But again, they have to leave it to VAR to figure out, and then VAR go, oh God, we can't overturn any of this. And there the loop starts again.
What?
So
quickly though, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the foul on Haaland from Cucurella.
Yeah.
If that's a foul,
Mhm.
then Joel Linton 100% fouled Gabriel.
Yeah. It's the same as the Hoyland on, I think it was Rodri
Yeah.
in the City derby. He literally puts two fingers on his shoulder and he goes down. And the consensus was you can't outstretch your hand and touch anyone.
Yeah.
Whether it's hard, like a hard push or anything, you cannot touch someone in the box. But you can put your two hands on someone's back of his head while he's trying to header it.
Yeah.
And push down.
Yeah.
That's the bit that we're getting confused by. And I think that's and again, it's not just Arsenal. This is happening to everyone. And again, after Arteta's run, everyone went, this is a disgrace.
Yeah.
This is awful. You cannot do that. They weren't hard done by. And then roll forward, what was it, a day?
Yeah.
On Super Sunday last week. And there was issues.
Yeah.
And managers arguing with refs and then going, yeah, I won't argue with refs, even though they just argued. And then Pochettino came out and said, you have to respect your officials. It's a disgrace, blah, blah, blah. At the end of this game this week, he attacked the ref and got booked.
Yeah.
After the game. Guess what? Media have not covered that.
No.
Handshakes. Jorginho didn't handshake someone that tried to polax him. This week, Chelsea and Tottenham players didn't handshake, and other players didn't handshake. No one talks about it. It's only De Zerbi said, I hate all officials, 8% of officials. No one's talked about it because he's not Arteta.
Yeah.
And again, it's what Micah Richards said. When it's Arsenal, everyone piles on. When it's not, we keep it quiet. All these people are getting bad decisions because Arteta basically said, it's not just today. Every team's going to get screwed this year.
Yeah.
And everyone went, this is great. He can't say this. And then within a week, 3 teams have been screwed and 3 managers have spoken out. And guess what? Arsenal have revealed 14 managers emailed Arteta to say, we stand with you. We just don't want to do it in the public eye because we don't want to deal with the ramifications.
Or you do what the Corinthians chairman did
And chase him into the locker room.
and physically storm the VAR locker room.
It's a massive problem. VAR doesn't need to go. They just need to figure out. I think it's that loop. I think that is the actual crux of the whole thing. Is let it go. Let VAR figure out. We can't take it away because you let it go.
And the communication as well is way too matey.
Like he called him something on that I didn't like.
It sounds like 2 guys that work in a call center.
He put a Y on the end of his name, didn't he?
It's all a bit too it's not official enough. Like it sounds way too watered down. Like
And then, by the way, when you're watching it and it sounds so chaotic, you forget because we're watching it 10 days later. By the way, that's weird that it's 10 days later.
Yeah.
Why did they release that 10 days later? Why did they not release the audio from the Bruno Guimaraes elbow?
Yeah. Which Howard Webb did say.
They pick and choose what they want to talk about.
But Howard Webb did say they were both reds, Havertz and Guimaraes.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think they are both reds.
Which quickly I want to just go forward to the Vieira red this week.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen that until this morning.
Yeah, it's a red.
For me, it's super soft.
I think it's a clear red.
Because I've only heard what people have said since then.
It's a complete accidental.
And in my head though, from how people were describing it, he's dove in and almost broken a guy's leg.
No, he just reaches his own, but he catches.
He's trying to block the ball, and he pulls his foot away. So
but he really hurts the guy's knee.
He hurts him, but for me, I think that is. I don't know if it's just because I went by what people were saying before I saw it. So when I saw it, I went.
I think it's a clear red. I don't think you can get more clear than that.
I think that red is justice for Havertz not getting sent off. I think Havertz was more of a red.
But do you think Tomiyasu got fouled in the build-up to the goal for Burnley's goal?
Yes.
So I don't. I think it's fine.
He has arms all over his back.
Yeah, but if you see who initiates all of it, Tomiyasu has the guy's shirt.
Okay.
So to me, it's like half of that. Like, what's that one? Half a dozen of the other?
Yeah, they're both giving it.
It's 50-50. And I think Tomiyasu starts it. So if he doesn't, I think it's a foul near to the box or it leads into the box.
Yeah.
But I think he's pulling his shirt. He gets kind of ahead of him.
Yeah.
And the guy shoves it.
Yeah.
To get him off.
Yeah.
Which you shouldn't do.
No.
But you shouldn't also have his shirt. So I think it's one of those, I'm happy with that goal being given.
Yeah.
Because at least they're both having a go.
Yeah.
If the guy just shoved him in the back, then we're just back to what it was last week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think VAR was fine in that game.
Yeah.
I think it was a clear red. I think it was a clear red on us. I think Tomiyasu didn't get fouled in the build-up.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. And again, Arteta made the joke after it, asked me about VAR. VAR was fantastic. It was brilliant. But I mean, it's because he knows, he knows that he's the one that has to take the brunt of all this. And it's funny. And it's a part of it. So, but no, the VAR audio was ridiculous. And I'm sure in the next 2 weeks, we'll be talking about VAR again.
Yeah.
Somehow in an interlull, in an international break, we talk about VAR.
Yeah.
That audio getting released late last night we had to talk about it.
Yeah.
And again, they feel that it was just, so they were really chuffed with releasing it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, this is going to now clear up everything.
Yeah, it did. It just made me angry again.
It made everyone angry.
Yeah, yeah.
It made people that weren't angry originally more angry because they're like, oh, you're seeing it all.
Yeah, yeah.
And still choosing to ignore it. But again, like I said, I think there is a loop that they need to get rid of. And common sense needs to be added to all this.
Mm.
And the whole thing of when they walk to the screen, we know they're changing it.
Yeah.
Why make them walk to the screen?
Yeah.
Where it's 100%. They're 50 for 50. That no one ever walks away from that screen. In other countries, they do. In other countries, the VAR just tells them you got it wrong, change it, and they change it. Sometimes they'll go, "Oh, could you check it?"
Yeah.
They check it, and then they go, "No, I'm sticking with my decision."
Yeah.
So until that changes, that's the loop in English football, and that's the problem. It's a boys' club, and it's disgusting. It's a disgrace. So VAR audio. The atmosphere was down. By the way, Vieira was put in the Arsenal Academy last night because of that red, which shows you what I thought of that red.
Yeah.
He was not happy with it. So was Nelson, but I think that was more game time.
Yeah.
We were kind of on a few people there, and we've kind of just ended up somewhere else.
Yeah, we need to circle back to this league position.
I think what we'll do, we've already put Chelsea at 5th.
Yeah.
When Simon joins us, if he joins us, we'll try and place all of these teams.
Yeah.
But I think for us, we were talking to United. Spurs' injuries, we kind of glossed over it because I was talking about the injuries across all the top 6.
Yeah.
And by the way, Newcastle are the team that I didn't bring into this. They lost this week away to Bournemouth. Perfect example of a soft touch that Arsenal of years ago. And again, by the way, we will get turned over by a smaller team.
Yeah.
Still,
yeah.
But it happens less frequently than it did 10 years ago. Trippier actually confronted the fans.
I saw. Yeah.
Which is so embarrassing.
Yeah, not good.
To say, we've got a load of injuries. So he's already got an excuse, which means he already went into that game thinking, if we lose this, in all fairness, we have got injuries.
We have a fullback, yeah. There's a fullback from a fullback.
Yeah, which is never good, considering they have got a lot of injuries. But we've just sat, other than sitting in Liverpool, and explained how the other teams are missing anywhere between 6 starters.
Yeah.
And even in City's case, 2 stars. In Liverpool's case, 2 stars.
Yeah.
So 6 and 2. Newcastle, I couldn't tell you exactly how many people they're missing right now. But I mean, it's probably 4 stars.
It's not great. I think Newcastle and Spurs are in a similar boat. I think they both look good on paper, but the minute they lose players, I think they're in position, both of them. Because I think Spurs and Newcastle should be kind of
neck and neck.
They should be in the same conversation here. Because I think depending on who gets injuries and when, or suspensions and when, that'll determine where they finish.
Yeah,
I don't think they haven't got the depth of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. I think Chelsea have the potential to do something good, which is why we got them in 5th. I don't know who leapfrogs Chelsea into 4th, because I don't think Man United are good enough at the minute, considering how good they're doing anyway. Apparently, I don't think they're quite good enough.
So I'm just looking at the injuries of Newcastle. You got Tonoli, which is not an injury. That's a separate thing.
Yeah,
I can't. Yeah, but I can't include that like everyone else.
Yeah,
it's like saying about the Anthony being out. It's not the same thing. It's a separate thing.
Yeah, but if you break it down to the bare bones, they've lost the player, like regardless of how.
Yeah, Jacob Murphy is a backup wide player.
Yep.
Again, Man United have had millions of players like that. Arsenal got Smith Rowe. There's other teams got loads of them. Dan Burn, their main left back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but again. So is every other Big 6 team. Elliot Anderson, nope. Botman, big injury. Yeah, in the centre back. But again, Man United have had who they've had. Tottenham have got what they've got. I think that's it. Chelsea have had their issues with that. Harvey Barnes, again, another guy who comes off the bench.
Like us losing Trossard.
Yeah, and we've lost Martinelli and Trossard for most of the season. Callum Wilson, their backup centre back, like losing Eddie Nketiah or losing for Man United. Martial,
Yep.
not the biggest loss. Lewis Hall, backup, fullback. Bruno Guimaraes is suspended, so that's not an injury, so relevant. Almiron is a big one.
Yep.
Again, a lot of us have missed big players like Martinelli. It just, players like that. But again, all at once, this is tough.
Yeah.
Isaac also injured. This is where we're getting crazy.
Yeah.
He's out for a while as well.
He's got a groin, hip, and
he's back. He's back after the international.
Wow.
Matt Target, another backup. Manquillo, another backup.
Yeah.
I don't think that's particularly. I know there's about 8, 9 there. Arsenal currently have 7.
Yeah.
And 6 of them are first team.
But I think
there's 3 of them main team.
For their lack of depth, though.
But when you're the richest club in the world, I don't think we can feel sorry for them for their lack of depth.
Oh, I won't feel sorry for
Nor do I think a player who's being paid by the Saudi government should come out to the crowd who paid all their hard money to drive all the way down to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And go, but we've got injuries, so I'm sorry you didn't enjoy that.
Yeah. Now go home and go to work.
Yeah, come on. Everyone's got injuries. Again, and I'm not going to let up on that because all of last year Arsenal missed so many players for injury, and we had other managers saying they haven't dealt with injuries for whatever reason. This year, no one's even talked about the fact we're missing half our starting 11.
Yeah.
These things happen, and this year I'm just going to be completely callous with it and be like, get over it. Everyone's got injuries.
Yeah.
Everyone's got injuries. Everyone's going to have bad VAR decisions.
We'll just see where the chips are going to fall at the end of the season.
Yeah, and if it falls to us, then hey, I'll laugh at everyone. But I just don't think that argument is valid when Man United have got so many. I just think the Spurs one is ridiculous because I do think it's like 3 injuries. There's like 4 or 5, but of the first team, it's 2 people. Yeah. And they've instantly collapsed.
Yeah.
And I think that's funny to me.
Yeah. I feel like Spurs aren't going to regain the momentum.
No, by the way, talk about that game. That was a dopamine rush that I've never experienced before. Watching that game, I've never seen a team in Wolves. By the way, great manager.
Yeah.
Really,
very good. Yeah.
O'Neill is doing some job. I think he was good at Bournemouth. I think he was unlucky at Wolves. By talking about VAR decisions, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Wolves have missed out on about 6 points in the last. If they'd lost that new Spurs match, which was no bad VAR decisions, but if they had lost it, they would have lost the last like 3 in a row, and 2 of them were like robbed. Yeah, and the eye test on the way Wolves play as well tells you they should be winning. Yeah, so they deserve that, and the way they played, God, I've never seen a team that good for 2/3 of the pitch. Yeah. And then so poor, like Cunha. Yeah, seems like a good player. Yeah, he's good in the sense of like Nicholas Jackson. You watch him, you go, oh, look at this, he's quality, and then all of a sudden it gets to the end and he hits the corner flag, and you just I think I said to you about 3/4 through the game, I don't think they can hit the target. No, and then the goal they scored was one of the best goals you'll see all season. Yeah, and then the winner as well. Like they were just aggressive. The way in which they just took a quick free kick that late, they were not settling for a point. No, they were going for it. It's Tottenham were. Yeah, they were like settling for the point. It was like that's. I had money on Wolves as well, so it was like double excitement. Yeah, and for that, the Aussie lad in the manager role in the stupid jacket, he he said, "I'll tell you." When they were 9 men, he said, "I'll tell you what, we'll always go for it if we even have 3 men." Oh, love it! Yeah, keep doing it. Guess what? You went against Wolves away, and you've performed about a 0.7 xG. Yeah, with 11 men, and Wolves performed like a 2.9. Yeah. And at 1-1, you just settle for the point. So, and you still lost. So, yeah, I'm sure you did go for it. So, enjoy that DVD, though. That'll be good. Yeah, the DVD of their title charge in October was good. But again, they're going to come back around. They're a decent side. Yeah. They have no depth. They've lost 2 players, and they're like, the fans have said the season's over. Yeah. You lost a centre back. You got Eric Dyer coming in. Guess what? Last year, when we had Rob Holding doing a title charge, no one felt sorry for us. So shut up. I've lost control of it. You said shut up. Well, they should shut up. Yeah. We had Kibi or bloody Tomiyasu at centre back. We had Rob Holding as a 3. The year before, we had Kolasinac, Holding, and Cedric as a midfield 3. Leave us alone. Our old defences are a meme now. Like that's and it's a PTSD for us. So that's cool. But no, I do think Spurs kind of really hamming up the injury crisis because they're not in one. United are. Chelsea have been. Arsenal are, but just no one's talking about it. But it's not a crisis. The thing with the Arsenal one is, after the international break, I believe, Odegaard... By the way, the Odegaard one, do you know what he's been out for? What? Concussion. Really? So he was out for... He had a niggle, and that's why his performance dropped. Yeah. He missed a couple games. He came back and played the end of that West Ham game, scored a goal at the Carabao Cup, and he's missed the next 2. Yeah. And apparently it was concussion at London Colney. Okay. A ball hit him in the face. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Who kicked that ball, do you reckon?
Havertz.
Cedric, innit? I think it's Cedric. King Deadwood the third.
Yeah.
I think he might have had Odegaard's head.
He's
But-
still there, is he?
But yeah, I guess he wasn't looking, hit him inside the head, back of the head. But he's been on concussion protocol. Still gone away with
Yep.
international, of course, as has Gabriel Jesus, who is out for another 2 months or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he's limping his way on an 11-hour flight to Brazil because they don't trust us. That's awesome. But yeah, Thomas Partey's out to New Year. He'll be back for AFCON. He goes straight to AFCON. He'll be back by mid-February for us.
Hopefully.
And he played the first 2 games of the season. He hasn't played since.
Yeah.
But as far as depth goes,
Yeah.
in that kind of area, because obviously we had Odegaard out as well.
Mm.
There's talk of 2 things. One, there's talk of us looking at Neves
Okay.
because he's been blocked to go to Newcastle, I believe, because of they're owned by the same people and they shouldn't do
Yeah.
that because that's insider trading. And it looks like we're trying to then nab in a little bit with Neves because obviously Neves was going to Saudi to help the lure of the Saudi league.
Yeah, for a young, good player.
But he was always going to come back on loan, I think, to Newcastle. I think that was the long plan. He was probably going to be on loan there for a couple of years, similar to Messi when he went to MLS. They were going to loan him back to Barcelona for a couple of years in between. I think that was their plan.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting destroyed in front of them. And I think what's going to happen is we might nab in and take Neves, which I'm absolutely fine with.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine with that. So that would be a good signing. And the loan means that are we going to then try and buy Tony? And
That would
that's
be
why it's a
great.
loan.
I'd take that.
Yeah, and by the way, if Ramsdale is looking to go, which obviously this week there's been if Simon does join this chat, I might leave a little bit of Ramsdale chat, but I mean, you can get 50 million for Ramsdale, and you're halfway to the price of Tony.
Yeah.
Well, you're over halfway,
It makes me sad. Though.
and then you can loan Neves. Yeah, I am sad as well. I really like Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Let's talk of Chelsea.
Mhm.
I think the place for him is like not Everton, like Pickford. I think
No.
that type of team. No, he needs a passionate fan base
Yeah.
that can get behind him
Yeah.
and he can get up for. And I still think there's a way of him turning around at Arsenal. I hope so.
Yeah.
That kind of team that's kind of down there, West Ham, that type of team.
Yeah.
I think he'd be unbelievable and he'd be
West
there
Ham,
for 10,
yeah.
15 years. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But again, talk about, masterclass in January. If you ended up getting 50 million for a goalie.
Yeah.
And buying a new centre forward with that almost, and then loaning Neves to add to the depth. Because in January, then you'd be getting Neves and Tony in.
Yeah.
As Partey gets fit.
Yeah.
Timber gets fit.
That's a good charge to the end.
Yeah, it'd be very helpful compared to what it was last year because our depth has definitely grown.
Yeah.
Because I think last year we were happy with 14 players.
Yeah.
This year I think it's about 17.
Yeah.
And if you could add 18, 19. But talking about maybe a 20th is Cazorla. So Arsenal legend Cazorla this week has said that he's asked Arsenal and Arteta, he wants to retire as an Arsenal player. And again, you don't see this that often.
No.
You see it in like the NFL, but again, they do it usually where they sign a day contract. They don't actually play a game.
Yeah.
He's asking to actually play a couple of minutes in the Premier League or the FA Cup in front of the Emirates crowd. And again, if we're at home to, sign him for like a month.
Yeah.
Sign him until the end of the season. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
And also he can start doing his coaching. He's done his coaching badges. He wants to be a part of the Arsenal coaching staff. There's talk of Albert Stuyvenberg joining Ajax next year.
Oh yeah.
So he could be the new right-hand man for Arteta. I think bring him in, get him a part of the fabric anyway, give him half a season. Obviously, he's playing for 2 minutes at the end of a game to retire. But even if he plays a couple minutes, I think he's still performing. Not at the Premier League level. I wouldn't start him against Man City away. Do you know what I mean? Like that masterclass he did with Coquelin. Get Coquelin back in and see if we can do it again.
Oh, I'd take Coquelin back, yeah.
But a couple of minutes at the end of a game, I think it'd be amazing. It'd be good for like atmosphere.
Yep.
And also getting him back in the fold, ready for him to come, maybe some kind of coach.
I like it.
I do as well. I think it'd be a really nice gesture as well for a top level legend, really, like midfielder.
100%.
We've kind of done our bit on each team. We've kind of mentioned the VAR stuff. We've talked a little bit. We haven't really talked about Man City.
Yeah.
There's not much we can say about Man City. They're missing De Bruyne. There is something with them, I believe, that's happening, that they're not as good as last year.
No.
And that's normal. Gary Neville talks about it after winning a treble. The way in which you perform is very awkward. It's very tough because it's like kind of, we've described it before, but if you have a really good party and you're up till 3 a.m, and then at 9 o'clock the next day you're like, all right, let's get ready for the party tonight.
Yeah.
You're a bit like, well, are we?
I think I'm partied out.
So you kind of slowly get ready for it, and then and then by the time it gets to it, you might perform.
Yeah.
You might be having a good party. Yeah, you know what I mean. But or you don't, and you can't recreate the energy of the night before.
Trying to get that motivation going again.
Yeah, it must be tough. And again, they're so robotic. They've shown that they're not as robotic as usual because they do not draw 4-all.
No.
That is emotion. That is, and again, that game in general was, they always felt like they were going to win it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were not the perpetrator of most things, but it felt like they were always in control of the game, as in they were going to win it or draw.
Yeah.
They're never going to lose it, it felt like. But it felt like they couldn't gain full control of it. They couldn't deal with it. And again, we felt the same thing with Chelsea. Liverpool felt the same thing with Chelsea. Chelsea have drawn with Liverpool, Arsenal, and City at their ground this year.
So they, for the big games, they turn up and do a job basically.
Yeah.
Make it hard.
Yeah. And exactly, and it's a tough one to get control of. But City, of all of us, you kind of think, oh, they can.
Yeah.
And again, you don't always win every game, but you draw that 1-1 or 0-0.
Oh.
That's what City would have done 2 years ago. I remember there was a really good Chelsea Man City game a couple of years ago. De Bruyne scored the winner. It was 1-0.
Yeah.
Really good football game, and that's what I expect City to do. I don't expect them to kind of get involved in a emotional 4-all with a team that are kind of splittering and splattering like in their attacks.
They're like a world-class championship heavyweight boxer
who's just got into a slugfest, basically. And
yeah.
Makes no sense.
But still, they somehow salvage no matter what.
And again, Haaland is out of control with goals again.
Yeah.
It's sort of much like last year.
He scored with his groin.
Yeah, he did. And so, Rodri's still there. They're fine. I do think the big loss is Gundogan. And I think that left 8.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal and City are both worse off last year. With them losing Gundogan and us losing Xhaka, people will laugh at that comparison. But for what our teams did, we're both trying to replace them.
Yeah.
Kovacic isn't right in that role. They wanted Rice in that role, which would have been better, but different.
Yeah.
We've ended up with Rice in that role.
Yeah.
No, we've ended up with Rice in that role because Partey was available. Partey become unavailable, so Rice had to go to his actual position.
Yeah.
Now Jorginho is playing well. He's had to go back to that position. But City never really replaced a world-class player like Gundogan. So they aren't as good.
No.
Arsenal never placed Xhaka fully.
Yeah.
So we're not quite as good.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting little dynamic. But I think City are going to allow someone in this title race.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know who it's going to be. It could be us. It could be Liverpool. I don't really see it being Chelsea yet.
No.
Man United, I do think they'll crumble. Eventually, something's going to go wrong, and then it won't be able to right it. Because at the minute, they're writing a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think eventually it's just going to go wrong.
Yeah, I think
Spurs, I think it's just their lack of depth. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think like we said earlier, Spurs and Newcastle have potential to breach the top 4, either one of them, but depending on who can keep their team together at the end, basically, or at the crucial points.
Yeah.
Man United, don't think there's enough there. There's not enough there for them to breach the top 4. Liverpool, I think us and Liverpool are in a similar boat. I think us and Liverpool, both strong teams, both have potential to push City to the end. So if we're talking about the positions, I think if I had to be smart with it, City 1.
Yeah, I think that's the given.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, it's the Shea given.
That's the thing I don't get is how you get 2 and 3, because I do think it's a 3-horse race this year. Because I think the City are allowing more horses in the race this year. I still don't think they'll allow them to win it. Yeah. But they're allowing more in. Liverpool are definitely not the Liverpool of 2-3 years ago.
No.
But they're certainly decent.
Yeah.
Arsenal, because you've got to remember, Liverpool, by the way, got completely robbed of a game at Spurs.
Yeah.
That right now, Spurs, who have dropped to 4th, I think, would be actually 6th.
Yeah.
And Liverpool would be top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Liverpool quietly getting on with it.
Yeah. There's something going on there. Again, they haven't really played many huge teams.
No.
They definitely don't. They're not firing like they used to. There's something wrong. Robertson's out now. Trent is in a new position. Van Dijk's aging. Salah's still as good as ever. But they never really replaced Firmino, and then they never really replaced Mane.
No.
Again, similar to how we haven't replaced Gundogan and Xhaka over at City and Arsenal.
Yeah.
They never really replaced Firmino and Mane to the level. They have replaced, like we've replaced Xhaka with Havertz. Very different.
Not the same.
Supposed to be as good.
Yeah.
Very different. Darwin better than Firmino. Supposed to be, probably not.
Yeah.
Diaz as good as Mane? Probably, but not.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of worse, but that's what's allowing everyone in.
Yeah.
And again, I do think if Man United just randomly kept winning, they could easily be in a title race.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can sustain the way in which they're winning, but I said that last year and they did
Yeah. True.
to an extent, to third.
It's in the DNA.
So it is tough. I naturally, as an Arsenal fan, I'm like more pessimistic and
Yeah.
assume we're not in a title race every year, even if we are. Whereas Liverpool, I can see them in a title race.
Yeah.
I would hazard to say that Liverpool could come second because I think they haven't played. I know you're more likely to put Arsenal second. I'll happily go Arsenal second, but I just can't do it because I'm too pessimistic.
I think trajectory-wise, Liverpool, Arsenal very similar.
Mhm.
But I think Arsenal have the potential with how we play, the amount of XG we don't allow in games. Like we are more in control.
We're nullifying a lot of games.
We're in control, whereas Liverpool smash and grab a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I think trajectory-wise, we're on the upper side of it. Liverpool maybe slightly below.
Yeah,
so
I can agree on that.
I'd say long term, because of the playing styles and how we're set up, how they're set up, I'd say Arsenal 2.
Okay.
Liverpool 3. Yeah.
Okay, this is where it gets interesting because we've got Spurs and United left. We haven't added Newcastle into it. We could if you want.
I think Spurs and Newcastle put them in the same area because they're going to be the same team depending.
Mm-hmm. I would say we put 5th Chelsea.
Yep.
I would say, God, it's so hard, isn't it? Because I think maybe we've gone too high on Chelsea. I think I'd change Chelsea to 6th.
I think we're okay. So here's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I'm going Newcastle 4th. Just because I think they have a bit more.
I'll go with that just because I don't want Spurs in them.
Yeah, I think Newcastle have more than Spurs.
Yeah.
I think long term they have a lot more going on.
Okay.
So I'm comfortable with City 1st, Arsenal 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, Newcastle 4th, Chelsea 5th.
And then where do we go? Spurs 6th? Because I think United are going to drop Rav.
Yeah, I think Spurs have the potential to push 6th. More so than Man United.
And Man United 7th?
Man United.
Or would you say lower, like Villa there?
If I was putting money on it,
yeah,
I'd say 7th or under. I don't know.
7th, right or under.
I think there's enough other teams there that can push for that 7th spot who are potentially better than Man United.
Yeah.
I think you've got Brighton's, you've got Villa. I think West Ham could even just put something together. I'd say Wolves.
Wolves, I think, yeah, their lack of finishing is going to be their big downside. I don't mind it. So yeah, we got Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle. Oh, sorry, Chelsea, Spurs, and then potentially a Villa. Man United area 7-8.
Man United's a safe bet on that one, though. I think.
Yeah, and again, we'll come revisit that at the end of the season, or maybe the next international break in March. We'll do another, 2/3 in prediction.
Yeah.
But I think for now, I'm taking that. We'll leave that to one side going forward.
Yeah.
So we can revisit that in March. But let us know what you think.
With those choices, though?
Yeah, I think I can agree on all of it.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough because, like I said, everyone's allowing teams in. I think everyone's worse off.
Yeah.
I think there's not one team there other than maybe Spurs who are better than last year.
Yeah.
And I say maybe Spurs and Liverpool are better than last year. Everyone else, I think, has regressed slightly.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything about league positions because Chelsea might be worse off. Like they might not be as good as like this time last year with Tuchel. I thought they were title challengers. And then he sacked Tuchel and it all went to pot. Well, it was Tuchel and then it went to Graham Potter, didn't it?
Yeah. And it all went to Potter.
Yeah. It's tough. It's very tough. Let us know what you think. You can obviously follow us at ByTBL on all forms of social media. Simon Miller 316. This is where he joins the chat right now.
Yeah.
But you can follow us all across there. Obviously, if you've got Gunners or Us, get them on anywhere you get a podcast, get a 5-star review in there. Let 5 of your friends know about the podcast. Give it a little listen. Let us know what you think. But we'll be back next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we'll be doing a prediction league for that weekend of fixtures, plus who won last week, which I'm looking at who won right now, and I'm happy about it. But that's a little preview of next week.
Yeah.
And we'll be previewing Arsenal v Brentford away, I believe. And I think there might be a Champions League game. I don't know for sure. And if anything happened in this international break. And I'm sure newsworthy in football is getting more and more each week. Like even like this week is the most. England are qualified, nothing to be done.
Yeah.
And we're talking about VAR. So that's what shows you what this kind of football season is being like. My throat has been on the verge the whole show. But hopefully you enjoyed the show. Joe, do you have any kind of thing going?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
How do you, when do you think about them? Like you come up with these things like,
Yeah.
all right, you're thinking about it, so I'll let you go.
So, enjoy the international break, I guess. Come on, England!
Jesus, that's gonna.